I told you a while ago that I purchased EA Access, and one of the perks is that you get to play full games of new releases before they even hit the store shelves. You get to play the full game, unlock achievements, keep them, everything. So it's a good way to play new games early and see whether or not it's something that you want to buy or pass on. It's still one of the best packages I've seen so far. So Need for Speed is now available to play on Xbox One, and it came with a 10-hour trial, which I just finished. So I can tell you that I enjoyed the game enough to dump 10 hours into it, but I also got to tell you what really bothers me about this game, and not just this one, but about future games as well. I don't have a problem with always online games. There are some titles out there where it makes perfect sense. Anytime you're playing a multiplayer match, anytime you're playing MMOs, of course you need an internet connection. But there are some genres where it makes absolutely no sense at all, and this is one of them. And to play Need for Speed, you have to be connected to EA servers. It requires an always online connection. And after pouring 10 hours into this game, I can tell you there's not one good reason to have it. Not one. An online connection does nothing but devalues a game, because that means that you can't play it years down the road when they decide to shut the servers down. It means you can't enjoy it when you don't have an internet connection, whether it be your ISP goes down, maybe you want to take your box over to your grandpappy's house, they don't have internet, or a hotel. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons why you may not have an online connection. No internet, you're not playing it. And also, it means other things like you can't pause the game. And so I'm sitting here last night in the middle of a race. It's just me versus AI characters. And my oven starts beeping, letting me know, hey, your shit's about to burn. So I have to stop the race and go grab my food, have to go back and restart the race because I couldn't pause the game. I just crashed. And the few times that I did run into people, it was usually because I was in my own race, and so they'd usually just be in my way. And so it just really pissed me off whenever I did actually run into real people in the map. So it didn't add anything positive to the experience. It actually added a lot more negative things to the experience. And another thing that I experienced was a lot of game slowdowns where the game seemed like it was struggling. Like it would be running completely fine and then all of a sudden drop almost completely down. And I'm just wondering if that wasn't due in part to having to have this connection to the servers. There is absolutely no reason why this game should be online. If you want to have an online segment to it, I'm all for that. But to make everybody play online makes no sense. In the menu system, you can actually make it so that you're playing by yourself. So you can take the online people out of your game, yet even when you do that, you're still online. You still have to be connected to the servers. So the question is why? Now, if you listen to the devs, they claim that it's because they want you to be able to upload screenshots instantly, which is probably the worst excuse I could possibly imagine. Like you couldn't take a picture and have it upload later whenever you do get an internet connection. Something, your phone's been able to do for over a decade now. So what I think is happening, and this is just pure speculation, I think it is a way to ease you into the idea of always being online. When Microsoft tried to tell people that they needed a 24-hour check-in on Xbox during their horrible launch tour, and then the internet understandably caught on fire, Microsoft had to back off of it. But now, instead of having the console makers be the ones that, push you into this area that nobody wants to be on, I'm afraid what we're going to see is the major publishers starting to do it. And part of it may be DRM. That's going to be the thing that's thrown out there most. This is DRM, even though I don't think there's a huge pirating problem when it comes to consoles. I think it has more to do with power and revenue. And I've got a video that I'll probably do later today about digital sales. If you look at the revenue from these companies, these major publishers, they're starting to make more money, more revenue on digital sales than on selling you the base copy of the game. They're making more money on DLC and microtransactions than they are on selling you a full game. More people online means more opportunities to sell you add-on content. Now, Need for Speed doesn't have microtransactions. They've said that they are going to be offering free DLC. Although, of course, saying that doesn't mean that they're closing the door on paid DLC. But again, I think the idea here is to get you more comfortable with the idea and control. And I don't like it.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.